presents our world class question.
How can we improve the way students learn about careers and at the same time help students realize that concepts taught are many different areas?
Fact 1. Problem analysis. The problem exists.
Our research has shown that the most common way high schools introduce students to different occupations is by having one career day a year. Students often do not see the direct connection between what they learn in school and how it is needed in different occupations.
Nationwide, the ratio is 1 high school college counselor to 450 students. It is estimated that 50% of entering college freshmen have not decided on a major. 75% of college students change their major at least once, and 40% of college students have not earned a degree after 6 years. This can be very costly.
Oh no, Mom and Dad won't like that and will want to chat.
Act 2. We have a solution.
Listen to our solution and you'll see it's innovative and unique.
Our innovative solution is to form ACT, Association of Career Teachers.
ACT is a clearinghouse of professionals, as well as lessons, for all sectors of grades 5 to 12. Professionals will teach lessons based on curriculum. Those learn the newest concepts that they just taught on a daily basis in their jobs.
ACT will consist of professionals from many different occupations: attorneys, engineers, doctors, electricians, plumbers, and office workers. ACT will have a website. Teachers will be able to go to the website, choose a classroom topic and professional that will come and teach that topic.
ACT will be available to middle school and high school teachers.
ACT will ensure that learning about different careers will be a continuous, comprehensive, ongoing process that is incorporated in every subject throughout a student's education. ACT will provide a more realistic approach about what is actually involved in different careers. ACT members may also teach in their work site through Skype. For example, a chemical engineer may teach about chemical reactions in his chemical plant.
ACT will help students understand that what they learn in school is relevant, help them make informed career decisions, save money, and ultimately find jobs that fit their interests.
For our sources of information, we'll use books, websites, research papers. We conducted a survey and experts including a doctor, attorney, engineer, and a vocational school director.
We have your attention, so let us mention how ACT will look in action.
I teach English, and this week my class is learning how to write persuasive essays. I'm going to contact ACT.
I'm an attorney, remember that. And I would love to come to your English class and teach your lesson. I'm going to try to
Will it be extensive? Can we implement it? We'll address that one too.
At first, ACT will be relatively inexpensive because all members will be volunteers. The main cost will be designing the website, maintaining the website, and background security checks for all members.
Our detailed cost analysis includes the cost of director's salary, rent, utilities, supplies, and would be about $125,000 a year. Act 3. Existing solutions and sharing.
ACT is innovative. It does not exist.
A clearinghouse of professionals and lessons does not exist. Existing solutions include combining vocational schools and high schools, career and technical education strategy, and having schools inside high schools, such as an auto mechanic shop in a high school.
Our expert verified that ACT does not exist. It is innovative. ACT includes many different occupations and not vocational training. This will be taught to all students from 5th grade to 12th grade.
ACT was shared with the faculty of St. Dominic School, the principal and vice principal of St. Dominic School, a high school college advisor, a former dean and director of Louisiana Technical College, assistant superintendents of the Archdiocese of New Orleans, the superintendent of the Archdiocese of New Orleans, Dr. Jan Lancaster, and Archbishop Amond. We were also on Our Schools, Our Future and in the newspaper, the Clarion Herald. Dr. Jan Lancaster wants to implement ACT in all of her schools throughout the Archdiocese of New Orleans.
Our finale.
One singular sensation. Our team's got what it takes. One FLL question that was so easy to make. Using our research, experts and surveys, our solution attention? Do we need to mention? Class act is the one.
Good job. Thank you. Thank you. Who wrote your song? Or did you find your song?
Mary Claire, Sophie and I did the song.
Who came up with the dance steps for your motion?
We all did that together.
Awesome. Good job. Good job.
So, I listened to you yesterday, like it yesterday. What is the more important thing for the experts? Telling students why things are important that they're learning, or their career advice? Which do you think is going to be the most important use of this?
I think that's going to be more that it's what they're telling them, how it will relate to getting jobs.
Okay, so what they're learning is important. You think that's the most important thing of this, and the fact that they'll learn about career options is the secondary.
Yes.
So, and you were saying third grade to high school, sixth grade to high school? You're the teacher. I gotta turn to you.
And I'm just, what I'd like to see is, you've got a great idea. And I know it's just, this idea, and that's great, but have you thought about what you would do to carry this further?
Yes. We have the superintendent, and she's thinking, she's trying to require it in all of her schools in the Archdiocese of New Orleans, which is 85 schools and over 38,000 students.
So, what part of it is there, but this hasn't been created though, is that,
It has not been completed.
that she would like to see something
Yes.
like this available? Yeah,
Yes.
that's a great tool. Have you thought about who to contact, or have you talked to anyone that would take this project on and take it further and create the,
Web presence.
yeah. Have you,
No, we haven't talked to anyone.
okay. That's the hard part. It's a great idea. I didn't know if that's something you'd gone into, because,
Tell me how you decided it was going to cost $125,000 a year. Where did you get that info?
Our expert helped us figure it out.
Which expert was that? You remember?
It was for the director of business.
Okay, so they were saying to get a website going and get this all filled up. They felt that it would require at least one person and that type of stuff. The one thing I didn't hear in your, I know you had to make everything match. Server space and web time and that type of stuff, is that included in that cost?
yes. You have a lot of great universities nearby. Have you considered going into some of their teaching programs and their tech programs and presenting the idea? Because sometimes they do projects to work on and could take this and actually get this workable.
And work with your school district, yeah.
So, you've got a great presentation, just something to consider. If this is something you want to carry on, and maybe, next year you may want to do something totally different. But, you're on to something, you've got a great idea. It's just where to go to sell it to somebody that can take it and develop it. I think that's the word I'm looking for. So, but you do have, like I said, you've got a lot of great universities out there, and you've got tech people, and you've got educators that may want to look at this and say, I think we can, and they might could work together, I don't know, but, that's another thing is you consider sharing it. It's just finding somebody that would take it and run, because I think it is something that's needed.
Yeah, is the school superintendent that's looking at implementing it there in New Orleans, is she asking some of you to come on as advisors as she does that?
We're meeting with her sometime soon. We are getting called back as a team.
Nice.
But,
So how did you get time? Superintendents are horribly busy. How did you get time on her calendar? How were you able to manage to get in to see the big balls?
The coach actually, she scheduled a meeting with the superintendent and eventually we had the time to do it.
And you said you talked to a lot of the teachers, was there a program that has students come do this stuff and gets people in, or was it just, again, scheduling meetings?
I did it at one of our faculty meetings at our school.
Yes.
Oh, one of your faculty? Nice.
Teachers.
Does, when the FF, I hate acronyms, these types of programs, do they routinely talk to the teachers, or was this something new to be able to do?
This was originally to see if our project was something to pursue, to keep working on, and all the teachers were giving us advice and helping us like pinpoint where we wanted to work on the project.
Nice. That's good input.
How did you work together as a team to develop or to choose this idea?
There's a lot.
We were brainstorming. We sat in a little circle on one of the meetings and we brainstormed to see what would our question be. And we kind of got off track to the giver, the book. The seventh graders are reading.
It's a great book.
And we said we would like people to choose our careers, but then we were thinking, how do people choose their careers? And we came up with ACT.
And it was your research that showed you that a lot of students enter college without knowing, and that's a big problem. They go in or they think they want to go in one field. And it's sad that often in college you go through 2 years of basics, get your third or fourth year and take classes and realize, oh no, this is not what I want. And by that time you spent 3 or 4 years.
There's a difference between a teacher and a college person. I like the fact that people don't know what they want when they come here.
I think as a parent.
But we try to organize things so that if they change, it doesn't stop them from practicing. On time. But anyway, so part of what we found is it's really hard for people to understand what you do in your job. So you probably wouldn't know really what a librarian does. And so I think this is a really great idea to bring an expert into a class to talk about a piece of what they really do, not just, I get to do, real things. So I think that's a good idea. We talked yesterday about the fact of being able to maybe put some videos or some specific examples up on this webpage as well, so that if the teacher didn't have enough time to bring in an expert, they still might be able to have an assignment or a real example to use in an assignment.
That would be a great
Oh,
piece,
yeah.
because there are a lot of rural schools that just don't have access to a lot of professionals, and so having videos would be great. Or Skype, I think you mentioned Skype. Something, yeah.
They just either they can do it over Skype or they can come in person. It just kind of depends.
And having someone to contact and get those people that are willing to take it. And that way, they may not have to take off work. They could do a little video, and then it could be seen, shared with classes all over, and they don't have to take that time off work. You've got some great ideas.
Let's show her your reference list, because I know that you had a great one. There's 3 pages of it.
Oh, wow.
Cited correctly, I'll have you know.
Awesome. Have you talked to some of those professionals, and are they willing? Did they seem like they were open and willing to come in or do some videos? Awesome. Because that's another part, is pulling the people in to do it. Seems like you thought of all that.
For our research, we actually did conduct a survey with college students. 32 college students answered, and a lot of them disagreed. Agreed with ACT that they should put something out there that they only had like career day once or no times even.
They wish that they had this.
Awesome.
So how many people in like 3rd or 4th grade had a career day where parents came in and talked about
They're fifth and
their 5th grade, so.
Third grade doesn't.
Yeah, they don't do that, okay.
We teach careers, but we don't do.
Okay, time's up, we're done. We're enjoying talking too much, so we lost track.
Thank you.
Take care.
Your presentation.